No.
Resident Evil 2, when you run out of ammo and you're going up against a liquor.
Right, yes, no, that is
That's
true.
the most terrifying thing you can pull.
So, before we end our show, let's go down to the worst video game you have ever played. Can't say that with a straight face. I honestly believe one of the worst games I have ever played was, I can't even remember, but it's like Big Adventure. It's got this little brown ragdoll creature. Yes, it's even worse than Goat Simulator. And Goat Simulator actually got boring really fast.
Are you talking about Little Big Planet?
Little Big Planet, yes. The most stupidest game I've ever played.
It looks like a game.
Oh, that's fine. It's the stupidest, most pointless game I have ever played. I don't understand.
I'll tell you what the most stupidest pointless game in the world to play. Dear God.
Dear God. Okay. I don't think I've heard of it.
I haven't even played it yet. I've just seen little pictures of it. You're playing as a deer. That's about it.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's worse than Goat Simulator, and Goat Simulator is fun.
So we actually have a question here from Amy. What is the best gaming system out there today? That
is a toughie.
It is a tough one. I think it comes down to preference. Now, I'm going to say this as somebody who plays multiple systems. As a Sony or Xbox fan, you're going to be slightly biased of what system you actually play. Now you play both.
I play actually all systems basically. I have a Wii, a PS3.
So
PS4.
you're a system whore.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with a system whore.
See, it all depends. Like as you said, preferences. Because PlayStation does have better graphics, but Xbox has better online playage, basically.
Yes.
And good, solid storylines of more violent types.
Now, pre-Xbox One, I would have said, PlayStation hands down, just because of the difference of paying to play online for Xbox as opposed to with PlayStation. But now with PS4 and Xbox One virtually being the same of paying, there's really not that big of a difference between the systems anymore. Obviously, the problem with Xbox is you don't have very many console exclusive games anymore for Xbox One. Though I think that might change when they finally announce the Scorpio coming out.
Maybe. But I do have to admit, though, that on the PlayStation 4, if you actually have Plus, and you don't end up renewing your Plus now, all those games you got for free, you don't have for free anymore.
That is actually a very, very good point.
That is the most pain thing ever. At least with Xbox, if you run out of gold, you still have your free games of gold right there that you downloaded.
No,
you can uninstall and re-download again, perfectly fine, and still play them.
So I think hands down, I'm kind of biased. Like I've always been a Sony fan. I haven't had an Xbox since Xbox 360, which was when it was the one I had that was released was with Resident Evil 5. That was a special edition one. And I've actually been forced to upgrade my system to either a PS4 or Xbox One because come November for
World War
II, it is only allowed on those two systems. So I have to make a decision, and I honestly believe right now Xbox is the better system. That was painful to say. So I'm not sure if you agree.
Trust me, it took me a while to accept the fact that I'm an Xbox boy over a Sony boy. I started as Sony too. So
I'm still a sucker for the original Nintendo. I don't think anything will ever beat it, just because of the
old school classics.
The old school classics, and
well, too, don't forget the old NES there is what originally started Final Fantasy.
Yes. Now they're talking about in the comments here
the Atari?
The Atari, and the fact that they want to go dig up a copy of E.T. from the landfill, just so they can see how bad the game actually was. I'm gonna give you my little piece of advice here. Don't. It's not worth it. I had the joy of not playing it, but watching somebody else play it way back when, and it was the most stupidest game ever played. And I think it could actually potentially be the worst game ever.
But there is one game that I recommend for everyone to play: Binding of Isaac.
Binding of Isaac, yes.
That game is, like, it may seem easy and whatnot, but it's very challenging.
I had the joy of sitting here watching your girlfriend play it. I wasn't even playing it, and I got hooked and addicted to it. And I felt like a cat watching things fly back and forth.
Oh, yeah. It's brutal. Like, as soon as you die, you have to restart the whole game all over again.
Yes, it's like Sonic the Hedgehog and Super Mario all over again.
Have you ever played Kitten Squad? Try
No.
that one. That one's just hilarious.
So I think, unfortunately, we are going to wrap this show up for the night. It's been kind of a hoot and a nice little experiment bringing on ink to the show. I thank you all for bringing in tons of comments that made absolutely no sense to the show, but thank you.
Wait, is that supposed to make sense now?
Kid Icarus sucked. Thank you, that mask guy. So anyways, we're going to do shameless plugs. So I'm going to do some shameless plugs for that mask guy because he is not here and somebody's got to do his job for him. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Shut up. So you can follow me on Twitter at RealCaptFizz, so at RealCaptainFizz. You can follow the show at FizzMashShow. I almost forgot that because I never do that part. And of course, you can follow the other half of this podcast who is currently at home sick, at that mask guy. We post things every now and then. We've definitely been sharing a lot for FanQuest, which is coming up at the end of the month, and we got some
Legion.
Yes, we're going to be showcasing their guests coming up now that things have been kind of confirmed and a little closer to the date, as well as a lot more news coming up for KeyCon, which I cannot wait to make the announcement for you guys as well. And yes, shameless plug for NyQuil in memory of that mask guy. Thank you. That mask guy, I need my cookie. It has to be double chocolate and with fudge.
Packed with fudge.
Packed with fudge. So anyways, you can go to the website www.fizzmashshow.com. Damn it. I almost failed that one again. And check us out on Facebook. Just look up Captain Fizz and the Masked Man. We have lots of things on that one as well. We're going to be posting all these stuff for FanQuest as well as KeyCon. And we put little tidbits here and there, and lots of pictures and things we find funny and entertaining, and maybe just kind of a little on the line. But thank you all for listening once again. Thank you, Ink, for joining us on the show. We will have to do this again, and the sirens are out, so it's time for us to kick off this show. Do you have any final statements before we leave?
Well, honestly, in my opinion, if any of you guys are gamers out there still and you want to watch some gameplays of certain games and whatnot, just head on over down to Twitch, search up In Chaos, and sit back and relax.
So INKHAOS.
Yep. You just got to look for the little Deadpool guy.
Yeah, looking for the little Deadpool guy. It's awesome. I go on there every now and then. And go on there. We did actually do a bunch of Twitch videos about the Goat Simulator. So every now and then, I probably will be over to do a little bit more of that as well, which is awesome. And when I get my Xbox One, you're going to see a lot more Twitch as well. I guess at that point, it's, oh my lord, stay frosty and have a good night. Good night, everybody.
See ya.